Alright guys, today I just want to show you, I got a new HDX68 setup. It's for HPA. Only other person to do this kind of mod, the first person to do it was Jonathan Scott. Back quite a while ago, he ended up ripping one apart, and he ended up getting a nice air through and bypassed the brass tube with a tube of his own, and he threaded it all in, and then he now got it refined down to this singular adapter that just plugs right in the valve and goes straight out. Anyways, it's pretty much the same thing as mine, same whole concept it is, but it's a slightly different modification. But I'm going to show you I have a jerry rig here I made. Actually, I have a couple. Not sure, but in the group so far, I've showed them off both. But anyways, this is the one I have now. So it's a solid HardLine. It's like solid brass. I have this ASA on-off from Home Defense 24. And then these are 1/8 NPT fittings. And I threaded, what is this? This is an M13x1 for the brass plug or the valve plug. So all the Umarex valve plugs that are in the 50 or 68 cal, they seem to have this thread. Yeah, so what I did was I just spun it connected it to my drill at 1/8 NPT fitting, and I just spun it on the drill with a file, and then I took it down, and then I tapped the M13 thread onto it. So makes a nice little adapter. But anyways, what I want to show you guys is I did my old line I did was this cable hose line set up. So basically this one went into the valve. So yeah, it would have went in like this, and then it screwed into this. I tapped and threaded this adapter too, this ASA on-off. So it went in there, and then I got plastic around the threads here, so it's kind of protecting the threads. Hard, solid plastic. And then I got a few rounds of the Gorilla Tape, just for, so when you put the clamshell back over onto it, it gets some extra squeeze. And that way, this won't shake while it's in the back here. So it's just nice and solid. Like you picked a marker right up out there, no problem. Shake it around, it doesn't move. It's solid. With this, it was a little bit wonky, so I didn't like this idea of the hose. But you got a little meat up top here and a little down here, so you can kind of set screws into it if you wanted to hold it straight. But I said to heck with that way, so I went with this, and I jerry rigged this up. So basically, yeah, it's just the NPT fittings here, the 90 degrees, 290 degrees. I cut the male end down a little, just so I can get lots of air through on the inside of this, and to shorten it down, because otherwise it would have been hanging down here a bit, and I needed it to come center down the middle. So I'll just show you something in here. So yeah, what happens is this will go right into the valve now. Oh, and I tapped the valve deeper, so I put deeper threads on here. So yeah, there, now we're just hitting the O-ring. So nice. So yeah, we just put this back in like this. And as you can see, it clamps this down nice on top of the edge there, the shell. There, so clips back together nice. You can see it there. And that way I was also, if I had known about this mod. Because what I did was I first did the Sean Kempner thing where he showed about the Z chamber. So I actually cut some of the metal out. As you can tell, it's shaped perfectly for a Z chamber to go in. If I was just gonna do this HardLine jerry rig, this other one with the HardLine, I could have saved all that material. So, oh, there goes a screw or a couple screws. At least it bounced over there. Anyways, yeah, but see, I could have saved all that metal, and I could have brought it back right up close to this, and just it would have been nice to keep as much support there as you can. But I mean, it's still good though, because I got the top beams going across still. So, oh no, it's not bad. But yeah, and then when I put the screw down in, it'll clamp really nice and tight on this. But yeah, so what I'm waiting on, guys, is for the HPA test. I went and I ordered some taps. I gotta. So where you bypass the brass rod, this is the valve here for the HDX. So, that's where the brass pipe port is. So that little brass tube that's really, really thin, restricted. You have to tap a thread in here, like an M4, even an M5. I got an M5, but for somehow they sent me these M3 ones. I got a package of 3, but clearly that ain't gonna work. Cause look, these are way too small. The M4s I noticed, well, you can actually put a little bit of thread, but it just has a little bit of bite. So I'm going with the M5. I have the M5 set screw right here. So I'm going to be plugging that off. I plugged this one off with an M5 right here. There's like a bleed screw or something. I don't know what it is. It has an O-ring on it. It did. It was a smeared O-ring with like a pinhole in the screw. So I took that thing out and I just plugged it off permanently with permanent Loctite. So yeah, so we're going to tap this out here. And then we're going to put this set screw and plug that hole off just the same. Because if I set up and shoot up now, all my air is going to come out of that hole. So, I got to plug that off. So, and I noticed like these here taps, either way, the next ones I got coming, they're just for like going through pipes or like finishing off pipes. I need a bottom out one. So one that made to go down into a hole and like put threads all the way down to the bottom. So I'm just going to end up driving. There's a specialty fastener place just down not too far from me. I'm going to go there and pick it up. I see they have them in stock for like $10. So I'm going to have it done tomorrow. So yeah, it's kind of frustrating. I know. I've been waiting to do this too. So, but yeah, guys, you can also see I tapped this. Here's another Home Defense 24 ASA on off. I tapped a 1/8 MPT fitting in here. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't hurt the ASA. You can still use it the normal way or any way, any marker, any gun. You can still put it in. Like, it doesn't affect any way of using it. It just adds a thread on the inside of here now. So now you can just... I was going to use this way here with the 80 gram on off. And then this guy, but then I realized, why don't I just tap this? The other one. The HPA... without using so many different adapters, so I went with this one. And it's a little bit shorter too, so the shorter we can keep it. Also, I might, where I have this here like that, I might cut some of this off right here and then bring it back and then shorten this pipe. I might shorten that a little bit. So that way I can bring the stock in just a little bit more. I mean, it's perfect for me right now. It'd be nice to have it just in a little bit more. I like my stocks really short. But, yeah, I don't know. I might do that down the road, but first I just want to get it together and I want to get a test going. So, yeah, here's the old 88 gram drop-in valve. So I still have the option of going back. If I want to go back to 88 gram, as you can see, I had to take a lot of this meat out right there. That's where the pipe goes, and then right there on this side. But I left just enough so it'll lock in place. So, let's see here. There. Oh, I just pulled it off, the O-rings. Anyways, it works. There. So either way, I can pull it back. Fits back in. There's just enough material. So if I want to convert back to the old style, my 88 gram valve, this is the Home Defense 24 valve. It's the 88 gram conversion they have. Critical Situations also has their brand too. They have one. Yeah. So, I don't know, I might thread this one here with a 3/8 thread. A 3/8 then to MPT, 1/8. But, in order to do that, I would because this is now, where's my adapter? So, see when mine goes in here, it's still a little bit longer, so it'll make the tank stick out just that much longer too. So, I can always, I have a screw there and a screw there, so I might just cut up to that screw. That way I can keep the screw in the back. And then, like, I can do my wrap thing with the plastic and then the tape, and then when I put the clamshell down, it'll be enough. But I like how it's rounded right here too, so yeah, I might just come up to about right there and I can back it up. But see, if I cut that off, then I have use of this. This is an ASA on-off and it's a degasser all in one. So I'll just tap my threads in there and then just plug into it. Because I really like these ones. I like these, they degas and they gas up at once. And they don't engage your tank. So when you screw your tank in, this is never under pressure until you turn it. Because that pin inside, as you turn this, it starts coming forward and then it'll engage the pin on your tank. So that's why I like these twisty ones, because they never ever engage the regulator on the tank. And they stay pressureless until you turn them. Which means they'll last for pretty much as long as you set it on your wall for. When seals are under pressure, they tend to wear out quicker and they'll blow leaks eventually. Where this one here is not under pressure. Anyways, like if it wasn't so long, then I might do it down the road. But if I cut this out like this, I'm not going to do it like that. Because this one here, look, it's shorter, so like almost an inch shorter. So that means my stock is shorter an inch. Yeah. Anyways, guys, that's it for this. So far. Yeah, see, you can see the little pinch there? That's the tape pushing it out. The diameter of the tape's just a little wider than the inner diameter, so when you put the screw in, it really puts a good tight clamp on it, and like it just locks this in here. Look, it's just completely solid. Which my last cable setup wasn't so solid. It just felt weird. It was bendy, so this HardLine, I'm just through the moon, over the moon with it, because this thing's great. Now I just want to test it. And I also have here, if you guys have seen this before, I get, like, depending on the build and setup, 25, 35 joule increases. So this will just screw in the back here, like that. And then I can run my tank on the side, and keeps a nice short stock too. It's just a little bit shorter than the tank setup on the back. Also, where I got this little gadget here I rigged up, this is an HPA adapter, 88 gram to HPA. So I can cut some of this down, and then I can thread it 1/8 MPT, just like I did with mine, this guy. And then same thing here, like I can have it come back probably close to 1.5 inches without cutting this, without cutting the frame. I can bring it back. So yeah, there's all kinds of options. I can even cut the frame and bring it in more, and then just shorten this. And then also, if I want to cut this screw hole, I can make a very nice air chamber right here, like a nice plenum. So I can have a nice tube, and then with an MPT fitting going into it, a nice, really nice thick pipe I can have a section. So yeah, sky's the limit, man. Like, I'm just opening the door with this. This is how Jonathan Scott, Critical Situations, started doing his mods, and yeah, so now that I'm in, I got my mitts on this, I'm just doing my ways and adding my 2 cents into it, and I don't have the tools and machinery that a lot of these guys have, so I work with my hand tools and whatever the fuck I got sitting around, so but it works for me, man. Like, I've just, this is me. I just can't wait to test it. I want my tools, so yeah, anyway, enough rambling, guys. You guys all stay safe. Take care, guys, as always. Shooting tests are coming.